Okay, let's try this question. If y is equal to x squared plus 2x minus 3, find the y over the x using first principle. Very specific. So I'm going to solve this question using first principle, and I'm going to guide in the step. So we write our question: y is what? X squared plus 2x minus 3. Step 1. If you are using first principle, solving first principle, these are the steps you are going to follow. Step 1 is what? Add increment to both sides. So let's say this is an increment to both sides. And when we say increment of x is the x, increment of y is the y. So I'm going to say y plus what? The y. That is the increment of the y. The increment of y is the y. So we add the y to this. The increment of x is what? X plus what? The x. But the x is carrying square plus 2 into what? X plus the x minus 3. Why are we separating it? Because we're adding the x to x and not the x to 2x. So we have to separate it to make it known. So expand. For lady's sake, I'm going to break it step by step. I'm going to have y plus the y. Also, what if you are going to expand, it's going to be what? X plus the x and also x plus the x. That means this x plus the x in two places plus 2 times x is what? 2x plus 2 times the x is what? 2dx minus 3 minus this 3. Let's keep expanding. I'm not going to work it step by step. Y plus the y is what? X. If you are going to expand, pick the first x, the first number, multiply by everything in the second bracket. That's what? X plus 1 the x. Pick the second number, the x, multiply by everything in the second bracket, x plus 1 the x. Then write everything back, 2x plus 2 the x minus 3. Okay? Y plus the y is equal to what? X times x is what? X squared. X times the s is what? The s squared. Is the s squared or x the x? So anywhere you write is correct. Some we prefer to use the s, the s, I prefer to use the s squared. Anywhere you write is correct. The s times x is what? The x squared plus the x times the x, d times d is d squared. S times is what? S squared. So the s times the x is what? The s squared plus what? 2x plus 2 the x minus 3. Okay? Having y plus the y equals to what? S squared plus the s squared plus the s squared is what? 2 the s squared plus what? The square x squared plus what? 2x plus 2 the x minus what? 3. Okay, that's what my step 1. Step 2. Step 2. Make the y subject of the formula. Make the y subject of the formula. And since we are going to make the y subject of the formula, y is attached to the y. So I'm going to cross y over to this side. So it's going to be what? It's going to be what? The y is equal to what? S squared plus 2 the x squared plus the square x squared plus 2x plus 2 the x minus 3 minus, because y is crossing, as in plus y is crossing, is going to be minus what? Y. What are we putting in bracket? Okay, let's say minus. Okay, let's say minus y first. Minus y. But I'm going to use the bracket later. So we now proceed. The y is what? S squared plus 2 the s squared plus the square x squared plus 2x plus 2x plus 2 the x minus 3 minus, okay, minus 3 minus, recall that from the question our y is what? S squared plus 2x minus 3. So anyway we see y, I'm going to replace with it. So minus what? S squared plus 2x minus 3. That is our y. That is our y here. Because we are putting, this is the value for y is this, and this y is carrying minus, so we have to separate the minus from y. Let me check my work. Because any little mistake, we are gone and gone forever. Okay, let's move on. I'm going to expand this one. I'm going to what? The y is what? X squared plus 2 the x squared plus d squared x squared plus 2x plus 2 the x minus 3 minus times x squared is what? Minus x squared. I'm going to open by minus. Minus plus is what? Minus, that is 2x. Minus minus is what? Plus, that is plus 6. Okay, sorry, I said plus 6. Sorry. Minus minus is plus, that is what? Plus 3, not plus 6. We are just opening by minus. By minus into this is minus. Minus plus is minus. Minus minus is what? Plus, that is plus 3. Can you see there are two common things? There is plus 3 here, there is minus 3, so they will cancel themselves. There is minus 2x and there is plus 2x, they will cancel themselves. There is minus x squared and there is plus x squared, they will cancel themselves. So we are left with what? The y is what? 2 the x squared plus the square x squared plus 2 the x. That is what we are left with. 2 the x squared plus the square x squared plus 2 the x. That's what we are left with. So we are going to take the common factor. Guys, we are going to take the factor of this out. That is the y is what? The x. If you take the x out, it's going to run to 2x plus the x plus 2. We will take the x out. What that means is that what is here and is here and is here is the x. So by the time we take the x out, d cancel d is gone. X into x squared is x. D cancel d is what? D. Into d squared is what? D. S cancel x squared is what? X. D cancel this d is gone. S cancel this x is gone. So I'm going to go towards step 3. You will divide both sides by the x, which is going to be what? You have what? The x equals to what? The x into what? 2x plus what? The x plus what? 2 all over what? The x. So that this the x will cancel the x. So I left what? You have what? The x equals to what? 2x plus the x plus 2. Step 4. Take the limit. So we are going to, if we are taking the limit, it's going to be what? The y over the x limit as delta x, the x tends to 0. When we say take the limit as the x tends to 0, if anyone will see x, anyone will see the x, we replace it with what? 0. So it's going to be what? 2x plus, see the x, so x will be, the x will be what? 0 plus 2. Therefore our dy over what the x is going to be 2x plus 0 is what? 2x, then plus 2. So that is the answer. So when they ask you to do, so if you want to confirm your answer, you can try to use general method. Let me say y is equal to what? S squared plus 2x minus 3. How do we use general method to confirm? Say the y over the x is what? This power, write it down, times, write the whole thing here, s squared. Remove 1 from the power, plus, you know there's 1 here in this table, no. So write that 1, the power, times, write the whole thing, 2x, raised to the power 1, remove 1 from it, that is 1. And the differentiation of the constant is 0. Know it. dy over the x is what? 2 times x is what? 2x. 2 minus 1 is what? 1, so we don't need to write the plus. 1 times 2 is what? 2. 2x. 1 minus 1 is what? 0. That is what? Minus what? 0. Okay? So our dy over what? The x is what? 2x plus what? 2 times x raised to the power of 0 is 1 minus what? 0. So we're going to have our dy over what? The x is what? 2x. 2 times 1 is what? That is 2 minus 0 is what? That's 2x plus what? 0. So I just use general method to, you can use general method if you are after you are finished solving to be sure of your answer. And when I use my general method, I still get it. So if you are looking for how to find differentiation using first principle, first you have to add increment to both sides, then make the y summation of the formula, then divide both sides by the x. That is by the time you are taking the factor out, you are taking the x out as a common factor. Then when you have the x in your final answer, you take the limit as the x tends to 0. What if there is no the x? Your answer is only a number. You stop there, you don't take the limit again. Thank you so much. Please like, share, and subscribe.